Base launch trajectory countdown net. Pad is clear.
10, 9, 8.
Launch auto sequence
7,
has started.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Go for launch.
Vehicle is supersonic.
Stage separation confirmed. Dragon, separation confirmed. Stage 1 is transonic. Landing legs have deployed. And Falcon 9 has landed. Falcon 9's in startup.
There's that call out. Falcon 9 computers are now running the final sequence for launch. First and second stage tanks are beginning to final pressurize for launch. Just waiting
Falcon 9, start, go for launch.
And there's that final go for launch with all systems go for T0. Let's listen into the terminal count and watch Falcon 9 transport NASA's DART spacecraft into orbit.
T-minus 15. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Ignition. Falcon 9 with the DART mission on the way for humanity's first ever planetary defense test mission.
Vehicles pitching downrange.
Stage 1 chamber pressure is nominal.
T plus 33 seconds. SpaceX launch engineers seeing a nominal conditions on Falcon 9 as we begin the trip to space carrying the DART spacecraft. M1D engines about to begin throttling down.
Power and telemetry nominal.
We're throttled down. Avionics calls out good power on the vehicle.
Vehicle supersonic. Max Q.
We've gone supersonic. We're through the period of maximum dynamic pressure, and the Maryland 1D engines have throttled back up to full power. We're out of the throttle bucket. From here on, even though the velocity is rapidly increasing, the atmospheric density is decreasing, and so the loads are decreasing now on the Falcon 9. Everything continues to look good with the stage 1 trajectory.
Invec chill has started.
Lead valve is open on the second stage engine. That's beginning the final chill prior to second stage engine ignition. Two minutes into flight, all continues to go well. In 30 seconds, we'll have 3 significant events coming up in quick succession. We'll get MECO, main engine cutoff, where we shut down the 9 Merlin engines. The stages will separate, and we'll get ignition of the MVAC-D second stage engine to power DART and the second stage into their parking orbit. We've throttled down to hold at 4 Gs, getting ready for MECO.
MECO.
Stage separation confirmed.
Invec ignition.
We've got successful stage separation. Second stage engine ignition now at full power on the Merlin engine. Next event coming up is going to be payload fairing jettison. On the left side, you can see the titanium grid fins on the first stage beginning to deploy as we get ready to bring the first stage back down to the drone ship, Of Course I Still Love You, in the Pacific Ocean. Getting ready now. There's
Fairing
the view
separation confirmed.
of the fairing. And we've got deployment of the payload fairing, and now the DART spacecraft exposed to the vacuum of outer space. Now, we will be attempting to retrieve these new fairing halves with the help of our recovery vessel, NRC Quest.
Stage 2 on nominal trajectory.
Everything going well with Falcon 9 and DART.
What you're looking at on your screen is a live view of that MVAC engine on our second stage, burning bright. We are currently in the first of 2 planned MVAC burns for spacecraft deployment today. At T plus 6 minutes and 40 seconds, you should see on your screen, hopefully we'll get some live views of the first stage entry burn. And that entry burn will last about 30 seconds. Now for the entry burn, we do relight the center E9 engine, and then partway through we relight the E1 and E5 engines, so that we have 3 total M1D engines helping to slow the vehicle down as it passes back into the Earth's atmosphere. And again, what you're looking at on your screen is the MVAC engine on the second stage. We're getting some awesome live views. And everything is still looking nominal for stage 2.
Deploy guidance.
At T plus 5 minutes into this mission, we're just under 2 minutes away from the entry burn on the first stage, as second stage is continuing on its journey. Again, this is the first of 2 planned MVAC burns for this mission. Now, the Falcon 9 booster supporting today's mission will perform this entry burn for the 3rd time, because it's previously supported a Starlink mission earlier this year, and the
Stage 2 on nominal trajectory.
just a call out that stage 2 is looking nominal, which is great news. The first stage booster, again, supported a Starlink mission earlier this year and the Sentinel-6 mission in November of 2020. Now, both fairing halves for this mission are brand new and will be recovered for the first time on a recovery vessel, NRC Quest. And we are just about 30 seconds away from that entry burn on first stage. As a reminder, the Merlin engines on the first stage are optimized for sea level, and these do achieve 190,000 pounds of thrust during ascent and descent. And it looks like we've got a live view on your left-hand screen of the first stage.
Stage 1 FTS is saved.
Stage 1, entry burn startup.
And we heard the call out as well as visual confirmation that the entry burn has begun on the first stage. Again, this is about a 30-second burn and just helps to slow the vehicle down as it's re-entering the denser part of the Earth's atmosphere.
Stage 1, entry burn shutdown.
And as you could see, the engine shut down on your screen. We did hear a call out that entry burn is complete.
Stage 2 FTS is saved.
Stage 2 continues on a nominal trajectory. Now coming up in just a little over a minute will be SECO 1. That is second stage engine cutoff 1. Again, there's 2 burns for the MVAC engine on the second stage, so we are in the first burn.
Expected loss of signal code.
So we should see this engine shut off here shortly. And about 20 seconds later, we'll see or hear the landing burn call out on first stage begin.
Invac shutdown.
And we just
Nominal
had...
orbit insertion.
That's what we were waiting for.
Stage 1, landing burn startup.
So we got SECO 1 on second stage. We got a confirmation of good orbit, and the landing burn has begun on first stage. And now we have a live view of first stage making its way to, of course, I Still Love You.
Stage 1, landing leg deploy.
And we had some incredible views. Now we're just waiting for some confirmation of that first stage landing here in a second. As we have a live view of second stage currently with the engine cut off as it's coasting towards its targeted orbit. And we will wait for that confirmation of that first stage landing. Welcome back to the webcast of the Falcon 9 mission carrying the DART spacecraft for NASA. And coming back with some great news, as you can see on your screen, that we didn't get a live view of touchdown. We do confirm a successful stage 1 landing today. That is the third for this booster, the 25th landing for SpaceX this year, and SpaceX's 88th overall successful recovery of a first stage. The second stage completed its first burn, placing the Falcon 9 and the DART spacecraft in the desired orbit. And right now we are approaching the second engine burn, the burn of the second engine to carry Falcon 9.
Invac ignition.
And there's that SES-2, as you can see live on your screen, lighting up there. Now this burn is planned to last a little less than 1 minute. And during that time, we will add about 3.5 kilometers per second to our velocity. Now you can see the gauge on the screen showing stage 2 quickly gaining speed. We'll add about 3.5 kilometers per second, or about 12,500 kilometers per hour to our velocity. Again, this burn is the second burn for this mission. And cutoff should be coming up here shortly.
Invac shutdown.
We heard that call out that MVAC has shut down. Now just waiting for confirmation of good orbit.
Nominal escape burn.
And there is that confirmation of a nominal escape burn.
Jesse called out nominal escape burn. What that means, the Falcon 9 second stage, with DART still attached, has escaped Earth's velocity. It's now in what's called a heliocentric orbit. It's circling the sun in an orbit that takes it from just inside the Earth's orbit to just outside, where in 10 months, the DART spacecraft and those 2 asteroids should arrive at the same time. Now, the DART spacecraft is still attached to Falcon 9 second stage, so we've got one more major activity remaining in the launch mission, and that is spacecraft deployment. It's timed to occur at about T plus 55 minutes and 42 seconds. So we're going to take another short break, and we'll see you back here at T plus 55 minutes for the DART spacecraft deployment. Welcome back to our launch coverage of the DART mission for NASA. If you're just joining us, we had an on-time launch at 10:21 p.m. Pacific time, followed by successful ascent stage separation. First stage landing took a little bit, but we got the pictures, and it's 2 second stage engine burns that have put DART on an escape trajectory from Earth. There's one more major milestone coming up to complete today's mission, and that is deployment of the DART spacecraft from the Falcon 9 second stage, due to happen in about 10 seconds from now. The view you see from the second stage camera is the DART spacecraft. We're going to listen to hear the call out and watch for DART separation.
DART separation confirmed.
And to those watching, you're witnessing a successful deployment of the DART spacecraft. The impact of the DART spacecraft with the small asteroid Dimorphos is scheduled to happen sometime between the end of September and early October in 2022, when the double asteroids are closest to the Earth. Now, during impact, the spacecraft will be traveling roughly 15,000 miles per hour or 4 miles per second. This is going to be an exciting collision to witness, and we wish everyone at NASA the best of luck with the rest of the mission.
Those are some incredible views there. Now, one quick clarification. This is actually the 95th recovery of a Falcon first stage, which is the 88th for a Falcon 9. And with successful payload deploy, that brings our webcast to a close. For continuing coverage of the NASA mission, head on over to nasa.gov/live or check them out on their social channels. Thank you to NASA for entrusting us with the DART mission, as well as the range for their support. And of course, thank you to all of our viewers. We hope that you enjoyed the webcast this evening, and we'll see you again soon.